a couple years back, I did an article about the Brits because there was that year I feel like it was something like no black artists were nominated. So obviously there was pushback, and then the next year it was kind of like a Panda pity kind of thing, and they put like Stormzy, Dave, and the likes of those guys in the nominations, and then obviously Stormzy did end up winning some, so I guess that's good in some way. But yeah, I kind of wanted to ask the first question, like, should we really care about their acknowledgement kind of thing?
No, we fucking shouldn't.
Once it is straight up.
Bro, so the music industry in the UK is so tapped. Like, I honestly, like, so like, you know, I don't know if you know her music, yeah, but there's this artist called Rina Sawayama, who's like she's like a Japan-born artist, but she's got British roots.
Yeah.
And basically, last year she was completely snubbed at the Brit Awards. Wasn't nominated for anything. She had like a really, really good, like fucking solid few singles and everything. Was streaming really, really well, but for some reason the Brit Awards wouldn't acknowledge her. This year, she was then put forward for the Up and Coming Awards. And bear in mind, she's an Asian artist, and obviously, like, what they've done this year to be more like equal is put more like Asian artists, black artists in the mix, right? What happened, bearing in mind that this Rina Sawayama has got songs with Elton John. Elton John's taken her under, taken her like under his wing. She didn't win, and she lost to another artist who's Asian, but is just an industry plant.
You got to call out their name. You got a name.
What's the artist's name, bro? Tell the man then.
See, I don't even know who that is, to be fair. But
then I feel like it's starting a war that I'm not involved in.
That is typical the Brits. Like, yeah, it's just
who do I call to get a cover? Fucking hell.
I think you got a panda in it. To be honest, that seems like
Sorry, it's been a bad week.
I can tell, mate. I can tell. Fucking hell.
But yeah, no, that obviously kind of leads us onto the wireless topic as well, because it's like it's kind of a similar thing where it is an issue that a lot of women weren't featured on the lineup, but it's like, should we really care, or should we like try and do our own thing kind of thing? So that's really what I'm trying to get at with these kind of topics, to be honest. Because I think with the wireless lineup, there was only like 4 or 5 women.
They took the piss with that one still.
No, that's crazy still. It is crazy.
Because I swear this has been like one of the biggest couple of years for women.
I know, there's been bare female rappers.
Bare rappers. Like,
bro, they released that wireless ticket thing like it was a pyramid scheme. And he just had to hope that the lineup was decent.
That's the thing. But then again, like you said, I think if more people are doing their own events and then they're booking women, you know, then if it becomes a thing where you have to do it, then you'll start doing it more. But they don't care. Like, they actually just don't care.
No, they don't care because it's
still going to sell out.
No, it's 5 women, which is that's crazy still.
That's insane, bro.
On a 49 lineup.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, no. But as we said in it, like, even like with us, we always try and incorporate women, because I feel like it's not even a thing about man or woman, it's who's good in it, and there are loads of women that are killing it, so why not in it? Like,
but I also think you do need to shine the light on women a bit more, because they've been underrepresented.
Yeah,
so that it does level itself out, you know.
Definitely.
But there's enough sick artists. It's not like they're going to be asking dead female artists. Like, there's enough sick artists. So
there's Shabo, Mira May, Hamza, flipping. It's bare.
I mean, I swear, if Skepta doesn't come out to Too Many Men, then he's missed out on a massive opportunity.
No, definitely. And anyway, you know what? Wireless is in South this year, so there's gonna be bare hungry mandem. So maybe it's even better that some women don't go there, because it might be a bit of a
sticky one. It
might be a predator filled terrain.
Oh, it's gonna be different. Crystal Palace. Oh my god.
No, definitely. And like, yeah, obviously, kind of on a mad one. Like, we obviously spoke about it in the group chat, but recently, obviously, with No Clark, seems like he's been doing a mazza in the.
What the
Wait. Well, how do you segue from that
Yeah,
to that?
yeah. Don't do that.
That's
Trigger
mad.
warning. Trigger warning. Not safe for work.
Trigger warning, but you know what? It links in it because it's basically like
I know what you mean.
it's the obviously not in the same way, but it's the abuse of women, like, and yeah, no, I feel like
I'm shocked, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm shocked. I'm disappointed.
fam, but you know what? He basically is who he was in kidulthood. Like
Yeah, it's exactly
he's
the
him
same
in real
person.
life, basically.
Yeah,
That's
he's an abuser. I can't believe it. I
The
actually can't
thing,
believe it.
the thing that like upsets me about it, obviously, like what he did to women, even on like what was it, the fucking like Doctor Who set as well, like mad stuff like that. Yeah.
Big
Um,
BBC.
the way that he completely ruined Adam Deacon's career as well.
That's the thing.
I know he was a sick
Like,
actor as
Funny
well.
enough, even with Adam Deacon, like social media played a part in that because they obviously they thought they had the narrative. So people were bullying Adam Deacon as well. They're like, "Oh, he's crazy. He's this and he's that." Nobody wants to hear what you're saying. And now, obviously, it's now come out that Noel Clark was basically an abuser. Everyone's suddenly like, "Oh my God, we're so sorry." Well, maybe if you just didn't,
Yeah, no, it's a bit too late for that, to be honest.
bro, just don't
exactly.
attack. But still, though, a fuck you, Noel Clark. That's a matic still.
Yeah, no, I think with him, like, yeah, he should be done out here, to
No,
be
he's done.
honest,
He's
because
done.
like,
No, you can't be a black man and an abuser. Nah,
yeah, no,
you're
yeah,
fucked.
No.
it's too
You're
many,
fucked.
it's too
You're
many,
fucked. Too many
too many
variables.
things.
What do you think will happen though? Like, do you think things are going to change in the industry, or people are going to be a bit more vocal, or we're just going through the typical cycle of
I feel like I can't
abuser?
lie. It's not a nice thing to say, but I feel like it's a cycle because
Is a cycle.
you
It's sad
sort
to
of
say.
Weinstein, you sort of Russell
But
Simmons,
have
like,
you noticed though the common denominator is that they're men in positions of power.
yeah,
So when they're in a high position of power, that's where most of the abusers be.
yeah.
Because like I can do what I want. Because no one's gonna believe him.
Yeah,
Or her.
I think they end up doing it for like 10, 20,
Bro, look how long
30
Will
years
Clark
in
was
some
doing. How long was
cases.
Kidulthood out for?
That was out like 15 years ago.
Bro, that's a
Yeah.
long time to be abusing women and other people and bullying people and getting away with it and then getting opportunities and then getting BAFTAs. You're telling me no one knew about it. You're capping.
Yeah, no, people knew.
Too many people have got like the problem is with the industry is that too many people have like they do a movie, they do some music, whatever, and it goes well, and they get like a god complex. And the problem is like that's amplified with social media. So if you come out and say something and you say, "Ah, this person is this," like he did with Adam Deacon, the chances are you're going to have fans that are going to join you and go, "Okay, let's cancel them." Like that is the what we've come to, and it does raise the question about like how effective cancel culture actually is, because
Bro, I can't
at the
lie.
end of the day, it needs to go through a court. It shouldn't be people on social media
Yeah,
deciding it.
fam.
Mustafa.
Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, you can't really cancel a person in that sense. Like, it's like with R. Kelly, innit? How many years of people canceling on the internet? No, it's got to be through the court of law. Like, it's got to be in real life. Like, social media in real life. Like,
Yeah, facts.
simple as that.
Facts. Social media is not real at all. I don't know. We just need to do better. I think it just extra hurt because a black guy doing it. Say like, they might.
And the like, if we're being honest, that movie series is sick as well. So it kind of
Bro,
like
that's a big part of our childhood.
yeah, no, it kind of like just
Like,
it's
to be
like
fair,
Weinstein, isn't it? Like he put out a lot of dope movies, but same way.
funny enough, I knew it was serious when Ashley Waters made a comment straight away. I said, this is serious.
Yeah. What he said something in defense of the women.
No. Yeah, defense of the women. He was like,
Okay, yeah.
I do not condone those behaviors. For you to denounce it straight away, which I respect, means that like this thing is serious. So yeah, fuck you,
No.
Deacon. Simple.
No.
How do you guys feel about? I always like to ask this, but you always see these cases where like people's old tweets get pulled up. And they're like from like 10 years ago. I mean, do you still think that that's a cancelable thing? Like,
No.
do you remember the whole Justin Bieber thing when Justin Bieber was like harmonizing the N word,
Yeah,
and then
that's funny.
suddenly he's got like a fucking he's got a Martin Luther King interlude on his album.
Yeah, but then again, with those things, like I think it's if you're gonna cancel people about old tweets, it's now because it's been done so much. It's not as effective anyway. Like no one cares anymore because everyone's
But
got dodgy
bro,
tweets.
like, come on, let's all be honest. If we all look back at our tweets back in 012, 013,
Nah, mine were moist, but I never tweet nothing mad growing up
yeah, no, I never tweeted anything
because my
like
dad told
racist
me.
or sexist. Yeah,
Nah,
trust me.
Here's one of Giles' tweets here.
imagine booty, booty, booty.
Yeah, no, like I feel like you know what, we're kind of lucky where we're at the in between stage, so we kind of know how to work social media, but we're not like generation, like the newest generation where that like that's all they know and like their life revolves around it. So,
bro, I hate the Twitter police anyway. Like, well, when the Poet and Vooch thing happened with Copper 90, I thought that was mad, and then the whole Alhan cancellation as well, I think was just stupid, bro.
it's dumb because you know, like we've got people changing it. Yeah, people are like definitely do wrong, but at the same time, like if we go by how people are canceling everyone, we'll be canceling everybody literally. Like
Yeah, they cancel everyone. Let's do it.
But
exactly.
imagine, yeah, like we're all from the generation of kids that watched like I was in school when The Inbetweeners was out, when Family Guy was big, South Park was big. Everyone in the playground was quoting all the things that they said in that program, in those programs. So like imagine like if you tweeted something from one of those shows 10 years ago or 15 years ago, you could get cancelled for that. Like,
But people were, that's the thing. Like if you even Kevin Hart, he flipping lost out on the Oscars because of stuff he tweeted about
Yeah,
with
but
the
I think it's done to attack certain people though. Like
mm,
at the end of the day, if there's obvious growth from what you tweeted 10 years ago or whenever, then I don't think it's a problem. And it's also like it just you're missing the point. Like you're canceling people if these are your views, but if you're looking in people's past to then find things to basically bring them down, then you're not basically doing the same thing that they're doing. Obviously, up to a point, some people have said some absolutely outrageous things that you can't skip over. But when there's things where like you're saying things there's tweets that at the time were acceptable. I'm not agreeing with certain things, but at the time they were acceptable. That you yourself were probably, because I've seen instances where people have like gone, oh look at your tweets from back then, and then that person's gone, look at your tweets from back then, and it's like, what are we actually doing here? Now you're just doing a back and forth of who's better.
yeah.
And I think it's a thing where we just need to, if there's obvious growth, then like, mate, like we all said stupid things growing up, we all did dumb things growing up, obviously within reason. But you can't just be sitting there trawling through. I think it's just bad energy to be doing that. To just try
I
to
don't know
drag someone down.
why do you have that much time to be doing
Bro,
that
some people
anyway?
got too much time, Too much
Yeah,
time just
it's
to be
mad.
dragging other people down. Like, bro, get your money. Go do something. Do something. Like, and that's where social media now is changing. It's no longer like an open platform to say anything you want to say. It's a platform that's a representation of yourself. So anything you say can and will be used against you in a
No,
court of public opinion.
definitely.
So make sure what you're saying comes correct. That's why some artists don't even tweet no more.
Yeah.
Like
Like
this, what
Kendrick, J. Cole.
they got people to tweet for them. Shout out J Cole on a new album. Pick up yourself.
Yeah, no. Um,
Marco is definitely not a J Cole fan.
man.
Is he?
I'm a J. Cole fan, but even for me, this album was a bit.
Nah, man.
But we move. But yeah, no, obviously another topic that was big, that's been big this week is the Palestine Israel well, it's not even this week if we're being honest. This has been going on for like 80 years, if we're really being honest with it. But I feel like it's because like people in the actual country have actually, they're trying to get it out to social media because obviously we're not trying to cancel this podcast. We don't want to say.
No, I'm saying it.
that,
I'll say it. No, I'll say it. No, because people are making this politics thing. It's not a political movement at all. You're
yeah.
displacing a group of people from a land and you're now occupying them. Like, what religion? I'm sorry, there's no religion on earth that permits that in any god. I'm sorry. So
Yeah,
you can't turn around and, not you personally, but you can't,
yeah,
like, what they're doing to Palestinians is disgusting. Like, there's no two ways about it. You can turn around and say Hamas have done this and done that, but let's be
yeah,
real, like, they're backed by America. What they're doing is just, honestly, I can't believe it. Mate, they were celebrating a mosque burning, mate. Like,
Oh, but that was fucked. That footage.
that's
Oh my
sick.
god.
That's sick and twisted. That's not. Don't tell me where in the Torah it tells you that that is what God has intended. What God wants you to do, to laugh at people's sacred and holy ground that you're burning.
Yeah,
Come
did
out
you?
here. That's not Judaism, bro. That's some nah. Cancel me for that, bro. Because I'll swear to God, if I get cancelled for anything, yeah, I don't care. Let it be that. Because that's just so stupid. That's not even. It's not a political thing. It's
yeah. No, it's a
humanitarian.
humanistic.
Bro, it's
The
just,
it's,
Definitely.
that skew. There was a thing that I saw about. I think it's like a Sky News presenter. He basically had one of the like,
spokespersons. Yeah, I saw that.
yeah, yeah, basically just like he just started off the interview basically by putting him on blast, saying like,
Yeah.
okay, you've killed this many children, this many
Mm.
women. Like, what do you basically have to say for yourself? And this guy was just like numb to it.
Because they
Like,
don't see Palestinians as people. They actually see them as rodents, I swear. So they're just like,
yeah,
well, how dare they try and bomb us for occupying them for 80 years? How dare, well, I don't know how long. That might be a wrong statement. But
Yeah, no, it's basically like around since when the war happened, in because that's when
yeah, but
like they were
because
given
even
the land.
what was mad was a lot of countries, obviously, anti-Semitism was rife at them times. No
Yeah,
countries really wanted to take in Jewish people, and obviously, I
yeah,
know it was a claim to the Holy Land. Palestinians were like, as actually of the Ottoman Empire. Read into it; it's very interesting. But
yeah,
they basically welcomed them in and said, "Yeah, we can coexist, we can coexist and cohabitate." But then you're telling me now it's a thing where this is our land, so we're going to force people to leave. Not just force them to leave their houses, we're also going to make them pay. So you're paying the Jewish family that's taking your house I just honestly, I just don't know. I don't know how. I just don't get it. I
yeah.
just don't get it.
But I think what we need to do is just keep up the awareness in it, because
Mm,
even if it like obviously not everyone can protest, even though that is great, but
mm,
like if it's a like, if it's a retweet, if it's a repost, like the more people see it, the more people are like, wait, no, wait, like tap into people's consciousness and for them to
mm.
see, nah, like this is actually wrong in it, and like yeah, we just gotta keep up the awareness, keep spreading, and yeah, no, if you got time, go protest as well, like just
Definitely.
but this
whatever you
is
can do.
this is the sort of thing though that is good with social media, is that like I'd rather see people talk about this than canceling people for bullshit. Basically,
Facts.
like I want people to be using their voice, even if
Mhm.
you're a Twitter account with like 20 followers. People should be tweeting about this because it took a very long time for the British media to actually report on this, and it was all over Twitter before it actually was reported, and then now suddenly it's being reported on. So we just need to keep up the awareness about it.
Yeah. Big up social media for that because
No, definitely.
for the longest time I had the wrong end of the stick with that. I was like, oh, obviously growing
But
up, you
yeah,
hear
but
what's that?
it's what the media feeds you, innit?
Yeah,
And
because I used to think like Hamas and all these. Obviously, I know it is very more nuanced than how we've discussed it. But when you actually, really delve into it and what's actually going on, nobody could, no one can attest that make this a right thing. I just
yeah.
don't think it is.
But
But
one thing I do want to say before we leave this topic is there's good Jewish people as well. Not
of
it's not all
course,
Jewish people. So
of
just as a
course,
disclaimer,
man, don't
that
wanna get cancelled like Wiley.
yeah, you know what it is. There's right and there's wrong. There's
Yeah,
good
of
and there's
course,
bad, and like
bro.
it's that simple.
Mate, there's Jewish people that are they themselves say this is not right.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
exactly,
don't think,
exactly.
because I think a lot of people have what they've done is they've equated like anti-Zionism, which is effectively the idea that it's their holy land and they must claim it because the only place they'll be safe, as equating that as the same as anti-Semitism. They're not the same thing. And
Yeah,
if anyone
no,
that tells you that is trying to
yeah,
confuse that on purpose, like there's many Jewish people that are anti-Zionism because they don't believe that. Because you can't go and displace a man. Like what? It's like me saying I used to live in your house, Denzel. that road you live on, I lived there 150 years ago. So because I lived there 150 years ago, that's now my house. So yeah, run me some change and get out my house. Like that
It's
doesn't make
dumb.
sense. Like
It's
literally,
mad.
but you're now telling me that you can now push a whole movement. So if you can protest, protest. If you can speak on it, definitely speak on it. Because like even to be doing this to them in the month of Ramadan is just extra. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
saying in the month of Ramadan,
The
they're
whole
not even eating all
situation is
day,
mad.
bro. I like to eat all the time. Imagine me not eating. Oh. Big
No,
up
it's
the man, them, though.
hella stress. But yeah, no, I kind of obviously as well. Um, this week obviously is mental health awareness week, so
Um,
definitely wanted to speak on it. Like as you man know, obviously I went through like madness last year, depression and that, and but what I kind of wanted to speak about is getting help because I think that's where a lot of people kind of have an issue, and I had the issue for the longest, innit? Because a lot of people don't even know how to use the system or how to. Because obviously a lot of like we watch movies or whatever, and hair therapy is like what, like £100 a session or whatever, and yeah, just to say like yeah, you can literally call your GP, speak to them, get referred, and like you can do it for free. Obviously, it can take a long time, but definitely, I'd want to say on that if you are going through whether it's depression, anxiety, borderline personality disorder, like just call your GP and like just keep at it really, because it is something that you kind of have to keep on them for. But as long as you reach out, like they will help. To be honest, like I definitely got to say that.
most definitely. No, it's hard, man. Like especially during we're coming out of a
Yeah,
lockdown.
lockdown as well. Definitely, that affected a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of people are alone during them
Yeah,
times, isn't it? So I think I think a lot of people as well. On the flip side, having everything open up again, being around people as well, the people probably dreading, those social interactions. So if that's definitely you, I think like always checking on yourself and obviously checking on other people as well to see how they're doing. Because I think that's the main thing people we always forget to do. Is a question of are you all right? Are you good? Yeah, man's fine. But you're not even asking is that person okay? Because that first question is just is the part of the hello routine.
yeah,
Well, yo, Wagwan, you good? Yeah, boom, move on. A man could be suffering
yeah,
just because you
no,
didn't ask that question. So
The
yeah,
the other thing I like to always say, because I've been through bouts with depression, and obviously we've all been very open about it with each other as well,
mm,
about like how we feel and stuff like that, especially even with like this lockdown and before and after this lockdown. The one thing is to remember is like it is okay to be it's okay to not be okay.
mm,
Like you don't always have to put on a front and feel as if you can't express how you're actually feeling. Like the one thing that has helped me and so many other people is just speak to your friends and your family. And
mm,
even if you don't want to speak to them, you can also be the person that actually just text your friend, someone that you haven't spoken to in a while, call someone and just go, "How are you?"
mm,
Like that. That's it. That's all you have to do. How are you? And if they say I'm fine, just go, "No, really. How are you?"
mm.
And let them talk. That's all you need to do, and it will help
It
massively.
helps a lot, definitely.
yeah. And another thing I wanted to say actually is something that me and Jazz discussed actually is like even me, obviously when I was going through it, I didn't want to reply to people, but just the fact that people are sending messages, it does make you feel better. So like even if one of your boys or one of your family members isn't replying, just keep sending them in it because it might be a thing where it takes a week or a month, or it might even take a year in it. But
Mm.
if you keep sending it, it's like putting pennies into a piggy bank.
Mm,
Eventually, it's gonna add up in it. So
most
definitely,
definitely.
yeah, don't get discouraged in it if you're getting airplane mode in it. Just yeah,
Yeah.
keep at it really.
That's it.
Mm,
That's
hmm.
it.
But yeah, no, definitely on that one, yeah, just yeah. And if anyone is going through it, definitely reach out to us as well. Like we're always willing to chat and yeah,
Yeah,
just
I abuse people, so like I don't know if I should do it. So like you might come to man and I might tell you to suck
No,
it.
but you know what it is? You need a balance, though. You need someone to.
Whoa! You don't need someone to abuse you.
No, wait. Let me land.
Land.
Let me land.
Listen,
You
you need
need,
abuse.
you need. No, you don't need abuse, but you need someone to be honest with you, though. You can't.
So abuse is honesty.
Nah,
Yeah,
I'm not saying abuse.
bro.
I'm saying.
Oh, bro. Every episode, yeah, man, cancelled. Let's see.
I'm
See,
saying
man,
you
I've made
can't. You
think.
can't just have like man being like soft
Nice
with
to
you.
you.
Yeah,
Nice to you.
no,
I
because
like people. I want everyone around me to be nice to me.
no, but you might stay in that place, innit?
I like people being nice to me, bro.
Sometimes you literally need someone to drag you out into the quote unquote light.
I was
But
like,
to be honest, back onto the therapy, that's what a therapist does. They're there to
yeah,
make
because they're
to push
trained.
you
They're
to push
trained.
you out of it. And I've got a master's in psychology actually.
Oh, sorry.
Well, speaking of
Little flex.
speaking of dragging people into the light, did you see the whole thing about Joe Budden
Oh
on the
man,
podcast?
Yeah, I told you, man. I'm Joe Budden. It's happening. You man are
Bro,
finished.
you know what?
Rory and
Honestly,
mouth, I'm done.
honestly, fuck Joe Budden, yeah.
Nah, he's
Because
an idiot.
honestly,
Mate, I'll be honest. I think this is the end of Joe Budden as we know him, because people have had enough of him. He's actually an abusive. He's an abusive person.
you know what the mad thing is, right? And I can't believe this. So I've been listening to the Joe Budden podcast since what, like 2017.
Mm.
When he went to Complex to do Everyday Struggle with academics.
Oh yeah, shit.
That was sick. That year was sick. Like you have like a new episode every week. Obviously, like the Migos thing happened, which was wild. Like all this crazy shit. Yeah. But then every single step since then, he fucked it up.
I agree.
Like every step. The spot.
So deal.
he wants to make out like he didn't fuck it up, but at the end of the day, like if you like right, okay, so he went to Complex. He wasn't happy at Complex because of some contract stuff. Did the podcast really successful, goes to Spotify, signs a Spotify deal, wasn't happy with the contract again, fumbled that deal. Then he goes independent, goes on Patreon, and now he's with the Patreon CEO doing like sit downs about his career. I bet you give it a year, he'll be complaining about Patreon.
Yeah.
Then his friends, Maul, who's known him since about what, like
I know Moore actually seems like a good guy. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Bro.
both of them seem alright though, surely.
I would honestly.
I don't know about Rory to be honest, but Moore seems like
cool.
a
I'm
good
bad
guy.
in it. Which one's which?
Moore's the
Rory's
black one.
the ginger one.
So Rory's the cool guy or Miles the cool guy?
Moore's the cool guy to me anyway, but everyone's got a different opinion.
Okay.
You know what it is?
I
honestly, I would rather, if the Joe Budden podcast is no more, because I'm not going to listen to it anymore after that fucking idiot. But like, what I would almost say is like, I'd rather see a Rory and Maul podcast than listen to Joe Budden ranting about like how he's been done dirty by his friends.
This door's pissed me off. No, you say that though, but like Joe Budden's still the personality because everyone's talking about him again. Because think about it, like he was a rapper, did Pump It Up, fell off. Then he came, I think, was it the Real Housewives scene that he came in?
That wasn't that. It was Love and Hip Hop.
Exactly. All of that rubbish. Like he's just a controversial guy. He's a troll. Like Joe Budden's actually a troll.
No, if we're being honest, like Moore and Rory are more likable, but Joe Budden makes the show. Like
exactly. Same with
he's the centerpiece of it.
Yeah, but imagine being like Joe Budden's friend, yeah. So you've been there for his child's birth. You've been there since he was quite young and rapping and everything like that. So you've been with him for like 10 years. And then he turns around and says, "You're not my friends, you're just business associates." That's basically what he said.
Yeah, but I can't lie. For me, I've always seen this. Like I've watched Joe Budden's patterns, and to me, like, I'm not surprised. It's always been the same kind of thing. Like and it's mad because even Charlemagne said with the Complex show, like it's not gonna last more than 6 months.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
it literally lasted half a year. So it's like if you watch his pattern, it's kind of the same all the time. Like. Gets a good situation, messes it up. Gets a good situation, messes it up. So
I'm just gonna wait for Rory and Maul and Barstool or something like that when that comes out.
I'll be real. Nobody wants to hear this. They're gonna drop some dead podcast. Everyone's gonna support it. They're not gonna listen to it anymore.
Yeah, no. Them two by themselves, to me, they're not that entertaining.
They're not that entertaining.
Honest.
Imagine they get the Drake interview before Joe Budden.
I can't lie. I don't even think if I was Drake, I'd want to go on the Joe Budden interview. You'd be like, Drake, they're ruining your music. They're ruining your music. Certified lover boy. Certified. Nah, man. No, I wouldn't even want to do that.
No, they're
Oh
ups in it.
god.
Innit? Remember,
J.
Joe
Cole.
Budden sent like 4 diss tracks at Drake, and Drake didn't reply.
Bro, do you know how many people have sent diss tracks at Drake? Stop messing with the guy. Look at Meek Mill. Meek Mill's career. Finish. You want to smoke? Finish.
Well, Pusha T is the only one that kind of found a chink in the
Yeah,
armor.
yeah, bro. And you have to get the inside track. You have to do some MI6 investigation to then find a bar.
MI6 was Kanye the whole time, I reckon.
Nah,
He said
apparently,
it was
apparently,
40.
yeah, it's 40. 40 was sleeping with some girl. That man, and pillow talking it. So man, them
This is why guys out there, if you're doing naughtiness, you got to.
exactly.
How can Pusha T be rapping about fucking 40 scoliosis, man? Fucking hell.
Fam, but you know
Yeah.
what? I can't lie. Me on that topic, when you're battling, it's no hold bars, isn't it?
Yeah, I hate when people do the whole battle thing and they turn around and say, "Oh, bro, that's too far. Too far, too far, bro. It's a rap battle. If you don't like it, don't do it. Like honestly,
Yeah, no, you can't be holding. And Jake was gonna go deeper, but apparently Jay Prince did the OG call and said, "No, like chill." Basically.
yeah, I'll just
But I'll
say
tell you what, if J.
Chambers
Cole
finished.
battled, I'd fall asleep. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my god. Anyway.
But yeah, like all I'm hoping is that Kendrick.
Oh, Giants. Oh, you look so disappointed in me.
Kendrick, if you hear this, which you will.
Saying that though, I'm not the biggest J. Cole fan either. I fell off him in his last tape. I'm just giving him a chance with this one because after AJ Tracy dropped his tape, I'm giving him a chance again.
You know, apparently he's signed a contract with some Rwanda team. You know,
yeah, he's playing in an Africa basketball league affiliated with the NBA. Yeah. J.
Wait,
Cole will be
who?
playing for Rwanda. J. Cole will be playing for Rwanda in the Africa Basketball League that is affiliated with the NBA. Like, yeah.
Apparently he's a baller.
They got the NBA pose thing that they have. So they've got obviously like a different version for the African League. The guy just looks extra hench for some reason.
Obviously, he's been eating that eba.
Bro, I swear.
And the fufu.
Bro, pounded yam. But yeah,
that's a bit like I think there's another rapper called Sheck West. He's
he's good.
Oh yeah, he's from Harlem, isn't it?
Yeah, he's a baller though.
Yeah, apparently he was gonna go NBA draft.
Yeah.
Like,
and they used that as a rollout for a tune as well.
Saying that though, what's funny is that you can't rap, so at least you can hopefully do something.
I mean, but yeah, he got shipped to Senegal still.
Huh?
He got shipped in it. He's from Senegal originally. He was wilding out, and he got shipped back for like a year or so, and then.
Oh, so what, recently?
No, this was when he was like a teenager.
He is black as hell. Yeah, he's like a so dark.
No, but oh my god, no, his music's all right, but I swear, like his whole start of his career was DJs blending sicko mode and fucking.
It's true. I did that so many times. I played Mo
Oh
Bamba.
no,
that's one of the best songs to mix,
Mo Bamba's hard.
Because the way the bass comes in,
I go,
Actually, it was, funnily enough, it was that flipping Sheck Quest show where I met flipping Raf, innit? Like, I just got him to take up, his headline
name drop.
Obviously, Raf Simmons. Well,
yeah. Everybody, while you're listening, pause. 25th of June, our event, and check out our news trailer made by Alex. Yeah, CB, more of him soon. Big up Alex.
Yeah, and kind of as we always do to wrap up, one thing you should go see. Obviously, man recently learned how to dunk in it. So yeah, if you ain't seen it, go on my Instagram, check it out.
Is that what you call it, dunk it?
That was a layup, bro.
No,
that was a very bad layup.
I'm dunking on these. Let me not even say it and get cancelled. But yeah,
good. You're learning.
My thing for this week is do not listen to J. Cole. Stream Rina Sawayama and hit the gym.
I'm saying listen to Ebo Drill. It's the new thing. Ebo Drill's crazy. Legendary Styles.
You gotta drop the artist.
So Legendary Styles, loose song's called Loose Guard. I see, I saw. I see, I saw. I see it in my
Oh yeah, on that topic, Hedy dropped a Ghana drill song this week.
Yeah.
So
So
did I interrupt you when you were talking? No, did I? No, did I?
No, I'm back. We're bouncing off each other, man.
Is that what you call it? I call it theft, appropriation.
no, you've got to raise your hand on Zoom. before you talk.
See, yeah, yeah. Where do you? No, that's teams.
Oh shit! Yeah, it is teams.
Oh, you liar. I think that start getting yourself ready for June when everything opens up again.
Obviously, Gemini season as well. Come on.
Yeah, it's my birthday coming up as well. So
there's a couple birthdays coming up still.
See, so I mean, what's good? It's my time. I don't care about
What? Wait, why do you look so different? By the way.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Because I got a haircut, bro.
It's like imposter Gides. What the fuck?
You're saying, when you look like, I told you, when I get a fade, it's peak for everybody. I told everybody that. But
Chiseled.
Is it Jazz season, yeah?
Oh, it's like, baby, Jazz life, baby. Every day is Jazz day.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But that, get ready for the 25th. Yeah. And if you're coming to our event, make sure you can bust a wine. Because I caught a wine.
Yeah. And if you know girls and good guys, bring them along for them to come through.
So you like bad
See,
girls?
I like the way that he had that as a small print. Like bring the good guys as well.
That's it.
Good energies, innit? Good energies.
Yeah, because I always slap guys. Oh yeah, like I said before, if you come to an event and you're doing a mad thing, you get boxed in the face. Just let you know. So don't do that.
Anthony Joshua.
Keep that at home if you're going to be doing abusing.
Oh, are you going to watch? Apparently, there's going to be a boxing match between Expressions Oozing versus.
I'm good.
Okay, fine, all right.
I know you're talking about. I'm not watching that. Let's get boxing is in the mud right now.
You know what's his name is boxing as well.
Floyd Mayweather,
Bouncer as well.
Oh, and Arms Coolio, aka the Hulk.
And then Specs Poet.
Oh my days.
That'll be a mad fight.
That'll be a capoeira fight, bro. What the hell?
Yeah. But yeah, are we jumping onto AC Uncut now?
Yeah, basically. So Denzel last week, imagine, yeah. Bro, let me not say nothing.